Hey friends, welcome to some car therapy, practical tips, down to earth therapy, chats on the go, kind of where you are, where you're at. Please give a subscribe to the channel, like and share with people who need to hear this. A little bit of support, you know. The car's a great place to talk, to chat, get a little bit focused. So I was asked recently, and it comes up a lot with clients, is why am I overreacting so much? To me, there's like two words: triggers and overreacting. But those are incredible growth moments. So I'd like to help people actually take those moments and not be afraid of them, but to transform them, to use them, to be on the lookout for them, so that you want it to happen. The reason we freak out by it so much is that we don't know what to do with it. Also, let's talk about what an overreaction or a trigger is that there's something really familiar about what's happening in that moment. Feelings, the way you're feeling in response to someone else, the way someone is treating you, the dynamics that are occurring right there. So there's what the person is doing, like they came home late, and didn't message you that they were coming home late. That's real, okay? That's feedback for your partner. But that reaction and then overreaction. Some people make a mistake. I really got to call this out because it's not a healthy thing to do. If you ever have somebody say to you, hey, you're just overreacting, you're overreacting. Be careful. That's somebody who's uncomfortable with feelings. You never should be shut down in what you feel. It could be that, yes, you're overreacting. But what's an overreaction? I'm reacting and I'm overreacting. So there's a reaction to what the person did. You legitimately came home late, and you didn't message. You didn't tell me that you were coming late. Okay, great, got it. But I'm so upset, so worked up, and it's making me feel similar to the many times I was abandoned growing up and in other relationships. Okay, that's on me. And that's how it works in a relationship. The reaction is feedback from my partner, my friend, my colleague. The overreaction is, okay, it's a sign I got to work on. If you want your relationship to work, you got to do both. You can't just go to your partner and say, hey, I need you to never come home late and never not message me so that I could then feel safe, secure, and that I won't be abandoned. You can't do that. You can tell your partner, you should tell your partner how you feel when they come home late or they don't message you. That would be very helpful. A lot of times we're so triggered, we're so upset, we start attacking. You're so unreliable. You're such a jerk. I hate when you do this. Okay. Misses the point and turns people off. I mean, it's not an effective conversation, but how do you feel in that moment? We don't think enough about what we feel. We simply don't have the vocabulary. We have happy, sad, angry. And that's about it. And this is why I work a lot with feelings charts. But do it yourself. Go to Google Images, search for feelings chart, put one on your phone. Tell your partner, not just you're late, I hate that, it sucks, whatever. How do you feel as you're like, don't know where the person is, and you're not getting any messages? Abandoned, disrespected, don't care about, unloved. Wow, different story. Hey, when you come home late, you don't message me. I feel like such, and I wish instead you would message me. Different conversation. But this is where our growth is, because that person, after giving feedback to the partner, to the friend, whatever, needs to go back on their own and do a bunch of work. Why was there such a strong reaction? There's a reaction, and then on top of it is all the other times I felt like that and I've not yet processed or hung out with in my life that I'm dumping on top of this. So there's a fire and I'm throwing gas on it. That's a trigger. That's an overreaction. And you want to be on the lookout for those moments, because it's basically a part of you saying, hey, we have successfully once again attracted to a person, a situation, a conversation, an interaction that will bring us face to face with feelings that are really familiar. Why? Not to drive us nuts, in the hopes that we'll finally tune in. There's still an inner kid part that's holding on to these feelings. So in that story, it's about abandonment. It's like, see, once again. But is it really them? Is it us? It's both. I will keep be attracted to people and situations in which I'm going to face that abandonment feeling. Remember, nobody makes you feel anything. They bring out certain feelings in you. The people around you in your life are like perfectly placed there to put you in touch with a bunch of feelings. The only question is, are you going to start to tune in? And that's what a feeling chart does. So in that moment, the person was late. Even if you freak out, even if you screw it up and you yell and holler and scream, and the whole thing's like, wait a minute, why did that bother me so much? And when you left the toilet seat up, it didn't bother me as much. I was upset, but it didn't really bother me. Why? Why do certain things trigger so deep to the core and get us so worked up? Why? It's a part of you. It's the inner kid saying, hey, this situation is familiar. If you'll listen to me, if you'll communicate and talk to me, if you'll show interest and be curious in me, that inner kid part, that absorbed abandonment experiences or whatever you went through, invalid, not worthy, didn't have a voice, didn't count and matter as a kid, and now it's coming back up again with your partner. If you'll tune in and listen and name the feelings, we can connect and converse. You could heal and you could overcome this whole experience and move past it. And what would you notice? First of all, you're telling your partner in a much more calm way, because you have to take care of your feelings first, then you express to your partner. I mean, that situation where the person comes late would be done better if he's like, wait a minute, what am I feeling now? And then my feelings are calmer, I'm clear, I can think, what do I want to share with the person? But that conversation goes better. But what happens is that same situation starts to trigger you less and less and less and less. Now, obviously, what about your partner? Well, if I'm telling you how it makes me feel, right, and you keep doing it, this is an issue. I don't know if it's a good relationship. But you got to remember, guys, in a relationship, you cannot be a mind reader. You're not expected to be a mind reader. You can't know what someone else thinks or feels. They can't know what you think or feel. That's the responsibility to people to bring with them into a relationship. But you could see how a trigger moment, overreaction moment, boom, blows up into this awesome opportunity to grow, to heal, to get closer, to learn how to be there for each other. So we can't just give feedback. We also have to say, well, what's going on with me? We've got to learn to connect more with ourselves and build a relationship with ourselves. We say, how the heck do I connect with an inner child? How do I do that? To me, it's feelings. Start with the feelings. So the next time, or even now as you think about it, by the way, feelings stay embedded with a memory that occurred. If you had a fight in last week, an argument, or a triggering moment, overreacting moment, if you right now take a deep breath, try to put yourself back in that moment, hear it, smell it, see that moment, you'll be in touch with the feelings. Tell me where in the body do you feel those feelings. Okay, stay focused there. Grab yourself a feeling chart from Google Images. What are some of the words that pop off the chart that may name it? And you know what? You might not have a single one. That's how out of touch with feelings we are. We simply don't know what to do, but we can change it. We can fix it. Anything in life that we practice grows stronger, including our relationship to ourselves, our sense of security and validation, because we start to tune in and connect with our feelings. So look for overreactions. Look for triggers. Share with me in your comments what you're finding and seeing. Reach out to message me. We'll work on it. Or check out my triggered method materials on my website, 𝙃𝙚𝙡𝙀.com. But just jump in, learn how to start being there for yourself. You can start to transform these moments. And then like a ripple effect outwards, all of your relationships starts to change.